I gotta put on my uni for this. Yeah, yeah. Hey, who you with? I'm with the team to be the champ by any means. Hey, what we do? We win together. Too many rings. Who do it better? Yeah. Running and running and running and running and running and running. We won't stop. Competition got them on lock. Shut them down, open up shop. Yeah, up 20 with the top spot. 20 down like it's stock drop. Hey, who you with? I'm with the team to be the champ by any means. Hey, what we do? We win together. Too many rings. Who do it better? I gotta put on my uni for this. Yeah, yeah. Hey, who you with? I'm with the team to be the champ by any means. Hey, what we do? We win together. Too many rings. Who do it better?
Welcome once again to Glory Pro Wrestling Ascend. Oh, what a week.
One fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from St. Louis, Missouri, 175 pounds, Chris Hendrix.
Chris Hendrix with a big test on his hands.
And his opponent from U-City, USA, 325 pounds, the silverback, Jabari King.
We have seen the silverback Jabari King put on great performances against the likes of Marcus Muncherson and ATM. A chance here at Chris Hendrix as we open up the biggest week in Glory Pro Ascend history, and it seems only right as we're a week away from Santa making the flight that we bring you an early Christmas present. It's the Crown of Glory Championship on the line tonight, the most anticipated rematch in Glory Pro Wrestling history as Camaro Jackson challenges Calvin Tankman. And we open with Chris Hendrix going to the legs on Jabari King. King tossing Hendrix into the buckles. Whoa, swing and a miss, and that's exactly what Chris Hendrix is going to have to do. He's got to go up and down. He's got to be in and out. He's got to be all over the ring. Jabari King puts the brakes on. Chris Hendrix coming off a big grudge victory over Mason St. Goods recently here on Ascend. And Hendrix gets jammed into the buckles. King flies in. Hendrix up over the top. Ducking the clothesline. Hendrix second rope. Flies his way through, but Jabari King caught him coming in. Hendrix rolled over, count of one, and he did just get the two, but not going to be enough for the silverback. An imposing physical presence, Jabari King. The sky is the limit for this big monster in Glory Pro Wrestling as he strangles Chris Hendrix over the second rope. He's got it all. The size, the skill. He's incredibly athletic for a man his size. As he brings Chris Hendrix back up to his feet, front face lock. Suplex position, way up into the lights goes Chris Hendrix at the South Broadway Athletic Club. And Jabari King's gonna hold him there. It's just time and experience inside the squared circle for Jabari King that are the needed elements. Count at two, and Chris Hendrix makes his way out. Hendrix trying to parlay that victory over Mason St. Goods. He wants to get on a roll. But the challenges just keep getting bigger and badder. Right forearm lands for Hendrix. He'll hit the ropes. Charges his way in. Jabari King levels him. Jabari King can end your momentum in the blink of an eye. Oh, and a bear hug from the silverback. And if Jabari King were to hook Chris Hendrix in for that silverback slam, this one is all over. Hendrix fights his way down, ducks underneath the clothesline, elevates, beautiful drop kick. He got that off in a phone booth. Hendrix back to the corner. Little charge. Oh my goodness. There's that athleticism I was talking about. Count of two. Chris Hendrix kicked out. I thought Chris Hendrix might not wake up until Boxing Day. Oh, rear chin lock, and look at the torque Jabari King gets. Hand on the back of the head, he palms Chris Hendrix' head like a basketball, and then jacks that jaw. Oh, Hendrix able to roll his way through. Trying to get that Muay Thai plum is Jabari King. He's obviously skilled far beyond just pro wrestling. Oh, Chris Hendrix lands on his feet, then lands the enziguri around behind the ear. That is a tough spot to take a boot if you're Jabari King. Hendrix, oh, with the knee, drives his way through. That was brilliant from Chris Hendrix. As Jabari King off the ropes, reversal. Hendrix hits the ropes. Up and over the top, trying to get Jabari King, doesn't have enough momentum. Oh, but he rolled out of the way. Almost looked like he suckered him in a little bit. Second rope, there's that rewind tornado splash. Hendrix lays him out. Count of 1, 2, and Jabari King gets the shoulder up. Felt for the official on that one. He kind of got caught on the wrong side after Chris Hendrix landed the splash. He can't get down to make that cover until he can see Jabari King's shoulders. All the way up to the top rope. Hendrix is gonna fly. Meteora, oh, and he leveled King. That was explosive. Count of 1, 2, this one might be. No, Jabari King still survives. Boy, and these two young men making an incredible showing for themselves, both in the infancy of their ascension here in Glory Pro Wrestling. And this is what Ascend is all about. Crown of Glory in the main event, 2 top prospects to open us up. Oh, King playing a bit of possum, right up to his feet. Got onto the bottom rope, battered down by Chris Hendrix. Hendrix again gonna climb, Jabari King comes right back in, this time got to the second rope. Belly to belly toss off that top rope. Oh, the Silverback has Chris Hendrix in trouble. There it is. Count of 1, 2, and this is over.
At 5:22, the opener by pinfall, Jabari King.
Forwent the Silverback slam into that belly-to-back power bomb. Jabari King the win.
Why has Jim Butler been the area's top Chevy dealer for over 10 years? Because Jim Butler is the Chevy powerhouse. Trade and value, powerhouse. Selection and price, powerhouse. Financing,
Powerhouse.
powerhouse.
Thanks for making Jim Butler #1 in the Midwest for over 10 years.
How about the buying experience? Powerhouse. That's what I'm talking about. Now hit the jingle, baby. Jim Butler is the Chevy powerhouse.
Hell, it's just a few weeks ago. I dismantled, I embarrassed Warhorse in his own match and a casket match.
All the way up. No, 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 no. Oh, Guzzo, choke slam. The lid shuts. A path of destruction left in his wake. Jake something stands supreme.
As soon as I got to the back, they put a camera in my face. And I told them, and I'll tell you right here, I said, I ain't coming back until I get what's mine. 2-time Crown of Glory champion. And I ain't coming back here until I get a chance to make it 3. But I was thinking, and that's like a peaceful protest. And Jake something ain't about peace. I'm gonna show up to every show and take over. I'm gonna show up to every show and hijack it. I'm gonna show you every show and do what I just did. And run this ring like I always do. Until I get what's mine, I'm the credibility. What's my name?
Oh, I gotta put on my uni for this. Yeah, yeah. Hey, who you with? I'm with the team to be the champ by any means. Hey, what we do? We win together. Too many rings. Who do it better?
Tag team action in Glory Pro Wrestling, and we got a couple of debuts.
This contest is a tag team match set for one fall with a 30-minute limit. Introducing first to my left, coming straight out of training, the team of Scott Stanley and Jake Bosch, the new guy.
That's Scott Stanley in the shorts, Jake Bosch in the long trunks.
And their opponents from St. Louis, the team of Steven and Devin, the O'Neill brothers.
I believe that's Steven on the right and Devin on the left for the O'Neills. And they are a big, menacing pair. And they're going to get this thing started quickly. Go behind from the new guys. And the waist lock's not exactly working out. Twin back elbows for the O'Neill brothers. Off the ropes go the new guys. Oh, Scott and Jake both hang on. Double enziguri lands, and out to the floor go the O'Neills. Scott Stanley, who I believe has a history in mixed martial arts training, and his partner Jake Bosch, who is an aerial artist. And well, they both might fly here, and they both get cut off. The O'Neills were wise to it. Into the post goes the skull of Scott Stanley, and Jake Bosch may have been chosen as the victim. Back up to the feet. Oh, right forearm lands, and the O'Neills are in full control. Jake Bosch laid out over that second rope, and he is in serious trouble just at the moment. Back to the corner. And this is where Jake Bosch cannot afford to be at the mercy of the O'Neill brothers. Bosch walked out to the center of the ring. Double belly to back. Oh, and then bring him flat down. Hook at the outside leg. This could be, no. Counted two as Jake Bosch finds an escape. Bosch working his way back to his feet. And the new guy's right now in big trouble, but a right forearm lands from Jake Bosch. Bosch is a long and lanky striker. Oh, the chop cut off, and right back to control go the O'Neills. And now Scott Stanley being taunted over in the corner, and from what I understand about Scott Stanley, he's not necessarily the kind of guy you want to taunt. Jake Bosch in a bit of trouble. In a bit of bother, as they would say. The O'Neills on the exchange, and they're going to keep the quick tags rolling. And this is really good strategy by the O'Neill brothers. Pulling Bosch out to the center of the ring. Taking their time though, and that could be a problem. Trying for an inside cradle was Bosch. He's cut off. Vertical suplex, and brought right down onto his back. Bosch laid out. Rolled through, kind of 1, 2 and a half. Scott Stanley just hollering over to his partner, trying to give him that momentum, get him over there to make the tag. The O'Neills right back into control of the matchup, sending Bosch into the corner. Oh, the overhand chop lands, and that was nasty. Tag in. The brothers will exchange once again. And asking for quiet amongst the crowd. Oh, got his own brother. Jake Bosch out of the way. Bosch trying to roll to his corner. Leg clasp, now a rear waist lock, belly to back suplex. Bosch landed on his feet, back elbow strike, gets out of the way of the second, dives through and makes the tag. Here comes Scott Stanley. Stanley gets underneath, throws a spear in the corner, out of the way. The two bulls run together. Stanley, German suplex. Oh, incredible strength by Scott Stanley. You think he was revved up to get into the matchup? Stanley making his way to the outside. All the way up to the top rope. He's waiting on it. Beautiful leaping lariat from that top rope. Count of 1, 2, and broken up. And now they're going to have to sort out which O'Neal should be in the ring. Choke slam perhaps coming. Oh, pulled down there by Jake Bosch. Bosch ducks underneath as he's back to it. Short arm DDT. Bosch back up to his feet. The new guy's into control. Scott Stanley. Vertical suplex. Oh, he got it. Jake Bosch all the way to the top. He'll fly. Frog splash. Stanley, smart, the legal man. They got it. What an impressive victory for Jake Bosch and Scott Stanley, the new guys. They showed the resiliency early on, then showed the brilliant double team offense on the finish. Another tag team with a very bright future in Glory Pro, but don't go anywhere. The Crown of Glory Championship is on the line next.
We start with fresh shredded lettuce. Add in thin sliced local tomatoes. Every sandwich gets topped with our secret recipe sauce, Cage sauce. All these elements top our steakhouse quality beef and American cheese to create the chopped cheese, a standard above the rest, only from Central State Sandwiches. Quality.
Oh, I gotta put on my uni for this. Yeah, yeah. Hey, who you with? I'm with the team to be the champ by any means. Hey, what we do? We win together. Too many rings. Who do it better?
The Crown of Glory champion. You see all this? This is me. This is my house. This is my throne. And that's my next victim.
That is the Crown of Glory champion, Calvin Tankman. And the crew is in the entourage. Mason St. Goods and Raheem De La Suede out to ringside with the champ. Cinco carrying the title belt as Tankman steps in for this Titanic of clashes. Camaro Jackson, the former Crown of Glory champion, one of the proudest Crown of Glory champions, a chance to join Jake Something as the only two-time Crown of Glory champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event. One fall, 30-minute time limit for the Crown of Glory Championship. Your referee is Alex Strahan. Introducing first, the challenger from U-City, USA, weighing 265 pounds. He is the Quadfather Camaro Jackson.
A very uncomfortable experience for Camaro Jackson being the challenger.
And his opponent, accompanied by Cinco, Mason St. Goods, and United Glory Tag Team Champion Raheem De La Suede. From Indianapolis, Indiana, 335 pounds. He is the defending Crown of Glory champion, heavyweight hustle, Calvin Tankman.
Heavyweight hustle describes Calvin Tankman very well. You look at the imposing size and the physicality that he brings, but so underrated is his speed and athleticism. Calvin Tankman can do it all inside the squared circle. That is why he is the Crown of Glory champion. Well, with an assist to Cinco and the crew. But on the other side of the ring, Camaro Jackson can also do the exact same thing. We've seen him match power with Calvin Tankman before. We've seen him match power with the likes of Jake Something. And we've seen him match speed and agility with the likes of his own best friend and tag team partner, Kenny Alfonso. There's nothing these two men can't do. And that lines us up for one of the greatest Crown of Glory championship matches in history. And, whoa! Both these men have a bit of a boxing background, and they're going right to it early on. Now striking with the open hands as not to risk a disqualification, as Calvin Tankman will force Camaro Jackson back into the ropes. Tankman to the body. He'll pull Jackson out of the ropes. Jackson trying to club over the top. And now it looks like a hockey fight. They're tied up collar to collar. Tankman trying to come over the top. Camaro Jackson just reeling away with those strikes. Tankman first man to go to the ground. Single leg trip. Referee Alex Strahan right on top of it. He is the best in the business. Oh, and there's that clubbing right from Tankman. Nice sweep by Camaro Jackson. Rolling to a mount position. And Jackson striking with the right hands. Oh, Tankman from the bottom. What a strike. Knocked Jackson right back to his back. And suddenly Tankman in control from the full guard position. And it's an open guard from Camaro Jackson. Jackson trying to scoot, catch the head, guillotine potential. Camaro Jackson does have those hands locked underneath, but there's the strength of Tankman. Brings Jackson to the ropes, and they both go tumbling to the floor. What a start to this Crown of Glory championship match. It is not a secret that these two men just simply do not like one another, and I don't like what I'm seeing right here. Cinco has already sent Mason St. Goods and Raheem De La Suede into action around the side of the ring. Oh, underneath with that forearm strike from Calvin Tankman. Knife edge chop lands, and that rocks the former champion. It was back at Delmar Hall when, under a cloud of controversy, Calvin Tankman captured the Crown of Glory. He's been extremely successful since holding it, including a defense over Xavier Walker. Again, under a cloud of controversy. Tankman. Again, clasps hold of Camaro Jackson and just chops him to the post, but Jackson pops right back into his face. Now, if you're Camaro Jackson, I know he's proud of his striking. He throws one of the best lariats in professional wrestling, but you may want to go to speed here. He can match strength with Calvin Tankman, but in the size and strength battle, eventually Calvin Tankman does get the edge. On the speed side, Jackson, that's where he could have the opening. As Calvin Tankman forces Jackson into the guardrail, Jackson turns and sends Tankman into the post. Jackson pulls Tankman back into the barricade and then dings him off the ring post. Into the barricade once more, back and forth. Camaro Jackson just whipping the champion back and forth from metal to metal. And this time the crew will back off. Jackson may be looking to charge. He'll fight. Oh, that lariat caught the ring post. And now the shoulder caught and run in again by Tankman. And backed into the guardrail is Camaro Jackson. Belly to back with the arm trapped. And the belly to back suplex slams him down on the apron. Jackson rolls to the center of the ring. Big trouble here for the challenger as he bids to bring the title back. And standing on that hand is Calvin Tankman, right on the hand and the wrist of Camaro Jackson, and then boots him to the mush. Tankman pulling Jackson back up to his feet. Jackson slow to respond as Tankman has already put a lot of pressure on his challenger. The arm wringer. And Tankman clubs him. Again, pulling at that arm of Camaro Jackson. He may be trying to separate the shoulder of the challenger, of the former champion. Oh, Tankman just wrenching that arm. And a boot to the chest will drop the challenger. Tankman having trouble with the ringsiders. That's not a surprise. Calvin Tankman says this is his house. Glory Pro is his. Calvin Tankman getting it from the fans about his mouthpiece. Hey, I agree with Tankman. I'd be wearing a mouthpiece in there myself. Knife edge shot by Camaro Jackson, but there you see the work done by Calvin Tankman, the smarts of the champion, trying to take away a significant weapon of the challenger. Jackson rolling to the corner. Of course, in the words of the late, great Terry Funk, the late, great Jay Briscoe, the late, great Terry Funk didn't wear no mouthpiece. Legends talking about legends. Right, a left hand landing from Camaro Jackson, and then the forearm strike. But Jackson caught. And Tankman continues to work on that right arm. Just battering away at it. Tankman whips Jackson into the buckle. Oh, the power that took, and that could have separated Jackson's shoulder. Count of 1, 2, and the champion gets 2.5. Camaro Jackson may be fighting the rest of this match with one arm. And the one-arm man in a fight is not the man you want to be, especially when you're fighting Calvin Tankman. Tankman continuing to work. Look at that arm almost limp, and oh, it's not going to get any better. Tankman standing on the joint and wrenching it and dropping the weight down along the triceps. That'll blow the shoulder, it'll blow the elbow. I don't want to go there, but referee Alex Strahan may have to keep a close eye on this. If Camaro Jackson cannot effectively defend himself, he may be forced to call a stop to this match. I see the look in the eyes of the challenger. He realizes he's got one arm right now. That doesn't mean he's going to give up. Trying to strike. Jackson using his left. Tankman scoops him for the slam. And that will rattle the shoulder and the elbow on the impact to the mat. I mean, that is canvas over wood and steel. They're not falling on a gym mat in there, folks. Oh, now Jackson's arm being bent down to the canvas, the elbow in a very vulnerable position as Tankman taunting Jackson, taunting the crowd, just booting him to the chest. And now the big fella right down on that arm. Tankman's thigh came right across the bicep. I don't know if Camaro Jackson kicked out there, if Tankman let him up. Knee to the spine. And right back to the right arm. As someone who has torn a rotator cuff in his athletic endeavors, granted mine were not all that fruitful, this is painful to watch as Tankman just kicks Jackson over. And Tankman saying what I was starting to suspect. He doesn't want to pin Camaro Jackson. He wants to hear the challenger quit. Alex Strahan being pulled away. I don't know that Camaro Jackson will quit, although Tankman is making it a viable option right now. I don't know that Camaro Jackson has it in him to quit. Alex Strahan may have to stop this match. For the good of Camaro Jackson, this match may have to be stopped. There will be another time, there will be another day and another way to recapture the crown of glory, but this match right now is becoming dangerous. Jackson trying to strike with that right arm, and there's nothing to it. This could become detrimental to the long-term health of Camaro Jackson, as Tankman is taunting him. Oh, and he kicked him right in the shoulder. And Jackson steps to a knee. This is what I mean. The challenger will not quit. He'll chop with the left and jab with it and chop with it once more. The heart on Camaro Jackson is as big as the city of St. Louis. Jackson chopping and punching and whoa, little flip-flop and fly. He turned the elbow over. Calvin Tankman steps through, but there's no power in that right arm. Jackson's gonna have to do everything to the left, although that worked. Samoan drop. He'll roll over on the champion. Count of 2. And Mason St. Goods pulling the champion to the floor. The crew trying to regroup Calvin Tankman. Camaro Jackson may be smart to let them. Where is he going? Where is the challenger going? Camaro Jackson all the way up to the top. He's gonna fly! Down goes St. Goods. Down goes Calvin Tankman. And Raheem De La Suede is in shock. Well, that might be so much for Mason St. Goods. And Raheem De La Suede just trying to stay away from the motivated challenger. How is Camaro Jackson finding this in his heart and soul? I just don't know. As Jackson flies with the splash. He landed on that right arm, but it's not going to stop him. He'll roll through. Got a 1, 2. He's no 2 3/4. The South Broadway Athletic Club has an air of electricity to it that I have so rarely heard. This crowd is usually loud. It's usually boisterous for Glory Pro Wrestling. There's no doubt about that. But right now, there is almost an air of anticipation. They want to blow the roof off if Camaro Jackson can overcome and do this. Jackson calling on Tankman to get back to his feet. Mason St. Goods is going to slide into the ring with the Crown of Glory title. Oh, not the shenanigans again. What in the world is all this? I just saw Raheem De La Suede with a chair. Jackson kept an eye over his shoulder as Raheem steps in. Oh, Raheem just decks Mason St. Goods. Oops. Well, good night, Mason. Oh, Camaro Jackson just kicked the chair into the face of Raheem De La Suede, but the distraction allowed Tankman time to recuperate. Tankman tried to get Camaro Jackson up for the Tankman driver. Underneath goes Calvin Tankman. Jackson pops in. Oh, that pop-up back elbow. Tankman, vertical suplex position. Brain buster. The elevator stopped working. Top floor to the basement. Count 1, 2, and 9/10. Oh, how did Camaro Jackson find it in him to kick out of that? Camaro Jackson is one of the best champions that Glory Pro Wrestling has ever had, and he is showing exactly why. That heart that beats inside his chest, it just will not stop in a match like this. Calvin Tankman said he wanted to hear Camaro Jackson say, "I quit." That ain't gonna happen. Tankman clubs at him with that right. Jackson trying to survive with that one arm. Tankman, though, starting to slow down a little bit. Jackson's taking a lot out of the champion. Jackson trying to strike with that right, but he just doesn't have enough behind it. Right forearm, that one jacked the jaw. Tankman came right back with one of his own. Tankman, go position, power bomb, stacks him. Count of 1, 2, and Jackson able to kick out. Tankman might have hurt his own case there, adjusting. Oh, now he's gonna go for the double wrist lock. Catch wrestling specialty. The double wrist lock, also known in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as a Kimura or potentially a key lock. And now Tankman gonna roll through, straight arm bar. This is big trouble now for Camaro Jackson. Camaro Jackson has got to find his way out of this, but Tankman smartly, see the ring positioning. Tankman's body is towards the ropes. Oh, Jackson used the momentum and forced Tankman to release the hold. Jackson, oh, how did he do that? He didn't get all of it, but he got enough. I have never seen a performance like this. One arm in a fight against Calvin Tankman, and Camaro Jackson will not quit. The challenger trying to fight his way back up. There is an air of destiny about the challenger in this one. The title that never should have been taken from around his waist. Can he put it back there? The elbow pad comes off. Look at the look in the eyes of the challenger. He'll charge. Tankman got the boot to that arm. Now the series of strikes by Tankman. Spinning back elbow lands. Tankman says that's it, that's all. Off the ropes, headbutt. Whoa, boy. Jackson, the first man to recover from it. Off with his head, clothesline perhaps. He nailed him! Lariat, lariat, lariat! Tankman's head landed in Kansas. Hook at the leg, count 1, 2, it's a new champion! Not now! Not this way! Jake something! Jake something stepping into the ring after Camaro Jackson has overcome so much to reclaim what was his, what is his. He now joins Jake as the only two-time Crown of Glory champions, and Jake something's attacking the arm. Not like this. Jake something trying to pick the bones in what should be a beautiful moment for Glory Pro Wrestling. And Jake now in possession of that Crown of Glory title. Booting the arm again of Camaro Jackson. Jackson needs help. And help he's got! That's Warhorse! Warhorse kicked that casket door open, and he's back! And assaulting Jake something! Jake something looked like he saw a ghost! And Warhorse having a look down at the Crown of Glory. And he holds it in the face of Jake something and wags the finger no. And now a look between Camaro Jackson and Warhorse at the gold. Ooh. A little bit of a tug of war between Camaro Jackson and Warhorse. Does Warhorse want to put his name into the list of challengers for the champion? And I think that's exactly what he's done. But the war between Warhorse and Jake something is far from over. But Camaro Jackson will stand tall as our new Crown of Glory champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your new Crown of Glory champion, Camaro Jackson.
What a way to close out the biggest main event in the history of Glory Pro Wrestling Ascend. Camaro Jackson, once again, wears that Crown of Glory. And we've seen the return and potentially the challenge laid by Warhorse. Oh, we've got so much in the future. 2024, here we come.
Hey, who you with?